Guys, Mike back with another video, and today I'm going to be taking a look at Xiaomi's Yi camera. Now the model that I've got here is the official UK version. So this one is made by, like I said, Xiaomi, one of the biggest OEM phone manufacturers in the world. A number of action cameras that have flooded Amazon, eBay. You can pick one up for about 20 bucks off GearBest, anything like that. So my expectations aren't great because all of them claim to be 4K, 1080p, 30 frames per second. But they're not, they never are. I'm not expecting much out of this. Maybe I'm wrong. Let's check it out. So guys, a quick run through of the specs. At the heart of this camera we have a 700 MHz ARM2 applications processor. In the 4K version that I mentioned at the start, you get the full A9 SE dual-core Cortex A9 CPU. Nice if you want to spend the money. This model runs off the A7LS chipset. The lens is a Sony MX206 16 megapixel image sensor with the Exmor-R technology. Well, that might be interesting to some people, but it really isn't. It's outdated technology. It was released back in June 2008. I believe they're using it still, and it does benefit. Now, what does it do? You basically get twice the amount of illumination over a normal CMOS sensor. So this camera has single Wi-Fi. It runs off a 2.4 gigahertz network, as opposed to having a dual band Wi-Fi along with the 5 gigahertz. So that's a bit annoying. The camera again doesn't have a LCD screen at the back, so you're heavily reliant on the app. The app is quite good. I mean, it has its flaky moments, but you know what, it's manageable. So quickly run through the frame rates. 480, 848 at 240 FPS. Not really interesting that. 720p is handled at a nicer range of 120 FPS. 1080p is handled at 60 FPS. So guys, say hello to the Yi action camera. This is the official UK version, as I stated. So let's take a look at it. How do you get into this thing? That was nice and difficult. So it comes in the standard kind of box. The similar kind of box as you would get if you had just bought a Xiaomi, I don't know, fitness tracker watch or something like that. So yeah, the box feels all nice. There's a micro SD card is required to record video. This is not included. Well, looking at the size of this and the price point, you don't really get, like I said, you don't get the hundreds of accessories that you get with some of the other action cameras that I've reviewed. You open the box, it's padded on the inside. So you got the spongy padding on the inside, which is great. So if I take a look at this thing, it looks, without actually reading any of this, the camera itself looks fantastic. There's a nice textured finish here. If you can see here, it's like pitted, but it feels really nice. It's like a very thin matte rubber coating on it. Beautifully made. There's the tripod mount. So inside the box, like I said, what we get the manual, which is tucked in at the base. So the manual, the whole manual is in English. So the whole manual's in English, which is a nice start because they did claim that this is the UK version. If you're in the US or any of the European countries, you've always got places like Amazon, GearBest, if you wanted to get a hold of one of these. Now GearBest had a ridiculous deal on one of these not long ago. So this just shows you, I mean look at that. The bright yellow, green, lime green coloured one. Why would you want that? So this here is your limited warranty. So let's put that here, get rid of that. And then all we're left with at the moment is just a camera. And tucked underneath, we get a battery. Now if you're going to be shooting for more than a few hours, I highly recommend you get a replacement battery, because I promise you it will be a lifesaver. And the other thing that you get, and that's all the contents you get. You don't get much, do you? The battery is the size of the battery. It's a Sony cell battery. It's a rechargeable 990 milliamps, which I should imagine will equate to around 2 to 3 hours, maybe 4 hours if you're using it conservatively. 100% buy another battery. They're not going to be that expensive. Now if you shell that for the camera, you might as well have the battery. So we'll put that away here. And then inside here, if I just open this up, you get, I believe, so you got a micro USB, so USB, this is only USB 2.0. This looks like it's got the, I might be wrong, this looks like it's got the fast charger symbol on the micro USB connector. So you know what, that's a good sign. So the battery cover, let me just open that for you. So this is where the battery would go. Let's just chuck that in here. So I believe we're going to put it in this way. So it goes portrait, it just fits into here. It's got a little sliding lock, and even on the back plate it's got the Yi logo, so it closes by just clicking, and that'll pin or release back. Now neatly tucked away under here, you've got your micro SD card, you got your micro HDMI, and you got your mini HDMI, sorry, and you got your micro USB connection input there, so that looks quite nice. Now the whole process, maybe I didn't read the instructions correctly. Now I've downloaded the app. The app didn't tell you, I didn't scan any QR codes that were on the sheet. All I did was literally type in Yi camera, and it came up, the very top camera, and it's made by Yi Corporation or something like that. So yeah, that's just press the very first Android app that you come across that's got a Yi action camera. So I thought you genuinely had to hold on to this blue button for like 10 seconds and 7 seconds. You don't have to do any of that. You literally press the power button. So to get this thing working, so just to show you guys. So it works very well. Whoa. If I wanted to edit and share and open this up on the photo viewer app, but as you can see, it's pretty cool. Now if you guys are wondering what that horrible mask is on the wall, be sure to subscribe to check out the zombie apocalypse build. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, we like the app. The app's really good. It works, and I literally cannot fault it. So if I press back, go back onto the live feed, again, as you can see, it's still working absolutely perfectly. Now this thing already had charge, so I'm liking this very much. So if we just back out of the app, we'll press disconnect camera now. Okay, so that's disconnected, and the light on the camera will go back to flashing again. So yeah, I really like this. I thoroughly like this camera. So to turn the camera off, what you would do is hold on to the power button for about 7 seconds. Sorry, 3 seconds, and it will beep 7 times to let you know it's turning off. The microphone again, get a closer look. And this is what I meant by the textured finish at the start. It's absolutely fantastic when you look at it, the whole design of it. So you've got camera and video. So now it could be a little bit difficult to use at first without the actual, whoa, without trying to break the lens. Have I broken it? No. So it could be quite difficult if you've always been used to having even a small LCD screen. But you know what, for the quality, I can live without the LCD screen, as my phone is always with me, like most people, or I have like a couple of phones that stay with me. So yeah, very nice. I mentioned, guys, I mean, like, this is just a cheap camera tripod. You can actually buy the selfie stick, which is a heavy duty product, and it looks very premium as well, so I'll put a link for that in the video description as well. The weight of this thing is 76.6 gram with the battery pack inside. So this is the optional extras that you could actually buy. The selfie stick, you got the waterproof case, we have actually got that one, the spare battery, and you get the Bluetooth remote. Now that just seems quite pointless once you've got the phone. That was the instructions that I was trying to follow earlier. So yeah, you know what, so far from what I've seen, the camera, the build quality, okay, this is the only drawback to this camera, the fact that it did not include the rear LCD. So guys, here are my final thoughts. Should you buy this camera? Now, I'm not saying this camera doesn't have faults. I'm not saying this camera is a GoPro Hero 4 killer. Now, what I am saying is, for the money that you will pay and the trolling around the internet that you will do, and the disappointment that you might face. This will solve all your problems. Now, if you can get over the slightly flaky app at times, but to be fair, once you get used to it, it's not flaky. Now, there are some safety concerns with China and privacy and the way the app launches, but I'll let you know a bit more about that in another video. Now, the rear LCD screen for me was a big deal, but after using it for a while, I can live with it. So guys, my final thoughts is this: if you want a reliable solid camera that shoots 60 FPS at 1080p, there is nothing better than this. So let me know what you guys think in the video description. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.